Everyone, I'm back and I wanted to do a super quick what's in my Birkin video along with first impressions. As I think I mentioned in one of my other videos about this bag, that I really don't feel like I can do a proper review on a bag that's less than a year old. In the past, when I've done reviews on bags, they were at least a few years old, and that's because these bags that I don't use for work, I don't carry them on a daily basis. So therefore, I have to use the bag over a longer period of time in order to get a real feel for how it wears, how comfortable it is, how functional it is, and just overall what my thoughts are about the bag. But for now, I can tell you what my first impressions are of this gorgeous bag. If you watched my unboxing video, you'll remember that I got the Hermes Birkin in size 30 in the color noir or black with Epsom leather and gold hardware. So let's start with the what's in my bag. I've used this bag quite a few times since I got it in February. And I would say out of my casual weekend bags, which to be honest, that's most of my collection of handbags, I only use 4, maybe for work purposes. So out of these bags, I would say that I have used this one just as much as I've used any other. So that's a great thing that I'm getting a fair amount of use out of this. Okay, so let's start with what's in my bag. I'm taking the opportunity to do this because I just used this bag yesterday and it's still packed with all of my stuff. My mom and my daughter and I had a girls' day yesterday where we saw a Broadway show and had dinner, so my bag is still packed from that. Okay, so inside I have my daughter's denim jacket from Gap Kids. I have my prescription sunglasses, which are not Chanel, they're actually Louis Vuitton, although I think Louis Vuitton makes the best quality sunglasses. Their cases are not so great, and the hinge on mine, the hinge right here, broke, and since it's now at least a couple of years old, Louis Vuitton refuses to give me another case. So I'm using my old Chanel case. I have a receipt for Junior's cheesecake. I have another receipt that my daughter drew all over. I have 3 playbills for the show. We saw Frozen on Broadway. I guess these are special edition playbills for Pride. I don't know when I will post this video, but it's currently the last day in June, so it's still Pride and the city has been really beautiful. It's been lovely to see all of the people and all of the businesses so supportive of Pride in New York. I have the tickets, more tickets for the show. I have my daughter's rose gold aviators. I have her umbrella in here, my umbrella, and then I have my Henry Bendel metallic silver leather key pouch. If you watched my Henry Bendel unboxing, you may remember this. It's serving me quite well. I don't expect this to last forever, but there is some wear right here at the opening, but I really love it. It's so functional. You can't tell, but there are my initials in gold right there, and attached are my keys and a Bath & Body Works hand sanitizer, a measuring tape, the electronic access to my building, and store loyalty cards. And that's it. And then inside I have a felt bag insert that I'm using in order to not scratch the chev leather inside, not for structure, because this bag is pretty structured on its own. Okay, so now for my first impressions of this bag. If you asked me years ago whether I'd ever carry a hand carry bag again, I would have said no, but I'm so in love with this bag that I'm willing to deal with it only being hand carry. So as far as the leather is concerned, the benefit of the Epsom is that it is lighter than Togo and Clemence. Now, some people's concern about Epsom is that it will scratch easily. I haven't had any scratching issues, and I'm really hard on my bag. This bag has been on the subway several times, and the leather has not scratched. Now, where I think it will show somewhere eventually will be on the corners. However, I'm not really sure that that's a product of Epsom leather or just having a bag that has these kinds of pointy corners in general, because I've seen Togo bags that also have wear on the corners. So whether or not this bag will wear more on the corners than a Togo bag, I'm not sure, but I am certain that if I continue to wear this bag as much as I'm wearing it now, and in the kind of situations that I wear it, it's not going out with me for a couple of hours and then sitting nicely in the passenger seat next to me. It's being bumped on the subway, or in terms of yesterday, I was in Times Square and people were bumping into me left and right. So eventually I am sure that the corners will wear. I just don't know if it'll be a product of the leather or not. Now, yesterday was really interesting, and I learned a really important lesson, which is when you have your bag stuffed, as much as I had my bag stuffed yesterday, have these, and I believe these are called sangles. If I'm wrong, please excuse me, but have these pieces just out like this. Don't try to close them in when you have the bag stuffed, because what will happen is that it will start to creep right to the hardware, and then the only way to get the bag completely open is to do like this, but you're doing this on your hardware and you will scratch your hardware, which is exactly what happened to me yesterday. And so I now have some surface scratches on the hardware. Again, I'm not so precious about my bags. The only thing that I really don't like is slouching. I'm not super fussed about hardware scratching. I expect in 10 years that I'm gonna have to send this bag to the spa, and if I do a big number on the hardware, I'll get the hardware replaced as well, but I'm just really not going to worry about it. And actually, now that I have some like minor hairline scratches on the hardware, I'm probably going to be a lot more relaxed about it. I was pretty relaxed about it before, but I'm probably going to be even more relaxed. But so far so good. I'm loving this bag. I don't regret my purchase or spending so much money on this bag. I was considering asking my essay next year for Birkin 30 in gold with palladium hardware. However, this can get pretty weighty with the things that I had in it yesterday. I was worried about, with Togo being even heavier, how I would fare with a heavier bag. Also, since I don't wear these kinds of bags on weekdays, I'm a little hesitant to add another Birkin into the mix that I would need to put into the rotation. There's something special about just having my one little Birkin and using it when appropriate. I don't know if adding more will make me feel a little bit more stressed about getting my money's worth. And I also wondered if with the color gold, which is a like brown camel color, if it will have the neutral effect of, let's say, Louis Vuitton canvas print, which I can wear with anything, or if I'll have a hard time matching that bag. I'm not sure, but I was absolutely certain that I wanted this bag and I got it. So until I am certain that I want that bag, I'm not even going to ask my SA to be on the lookout for me. My other concern is that I really enjoy this Epsom leather so much. I think I wanted the Togo for variety, but who knows? Maybe once I carry this bag a whole lot more and really get used to having to hand carry a bag, then the extra weight of the Togo won't be an issue for me. And in that case, I will ask my sales associate to be on the lookout. But what I can definitely see myself asking her for is a Kelly 28 in the Cellier style, also in Epsom leather. Because for me, that bag has all of the benefits of this with a strap. But it's highly doubtful that will happen anytime soon. In the last 5 or 6 years, I have never bought more than one luxury bag in a given year, so I can't see myself buying that anytime soon, but it's just a thought that I was having. So I hope you enjoy this video, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.